Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The car pulls up and shots start flying. Heart-stopping video just in tonight of a deadly shooting at an East Side gas station.
Here we go again. After a bit of sun today, the clouds are back and there could be more snow in store for the weekend.
But we'll begin with President Biden making his first trip to Michigan since taking office, touring Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine plant over in Portage.
That plant just south of Kalamazoo serves as the tip of the spear in our nation's fight to end the pandemic.
President toured the facility and then delivered remarks just a short time ago. Rod Maloney live in Portage tonight following the president's visit. Rod?
Yeah, this is the news a lot of Americans have been waiting to hear, Devin. They are ramping up production of the vaccine, and not just a little. We're talking a lot here. The president going so far as to say he believes that there will be enough vaccine available for all Americans by the end of July. He says it won't be in everybody's arms, but they will have it at the ready. He also had high praise for those who actually made the vaccine before he even took office.
It's a miracle of science and the brilliant minds that we have around us. And now it's a second miracle, the miracle of manufacturing to produce hundreds of millions of doses. Let me say it again, hundreds of millions of doses. I came here because I want the American people to understand the extraordinary work that's being done to undertake the most difficult operational challenges this nation has ever faced.
The president's tour consisted of looking around Pfizer's sprawling 1,300-acre manufacturing site with some 350 ultra-cold freezers holding millions of vaccine doses getting boxed and sent out the door. He learned from Pfizer's CEO the company, through the Defense Production Act, is ready to improve on the 40 million doses already made and using new machinery and improved efficiencies to increase weekly production, doubling from 5 to 10 million doses a week. Still, the president knows there is some skepticism about getting the shots.
We all know there's history in this country of having subjected certain communities to terrible medical abuses in the past. But if there's one message to cut through to everyone in this country, it's this: the vaccines are safe. Please, for yourself, your family, your community, this country, take the vaccine when it's your turn and available. That's how to beat this pandemic.
Now, the president was also pushing hard his $2 billion American Rescue, make that $2 trillion American Rescue Plan, hoping that Congress can get something done here fairly soon. The idea in Washington is they can get it finished by the beginning of March. But what he's saying is he's willing to negotiate to make it a little bit smaller, but he says it's going to be a tough call because he says there's so much in there that helps so many. Back to you.
Well, Rod, let's dig a little deeper into what Pfizer is saying it can do in providing more vaccine. I think a lot of people want to know how much and when.
Well, here's the thing, Devin. The CEO of Pfizer got up before the president and he listed off a number of goals that they think they can meet. One of them is to have 120 million doses done by the end of March. That's on 6 weeks away.
Yeah.
And then he said they think that they can have 200 million by the end of May. So it's an impressive ramp up if in fact they can make this happen.
Let's hope they can. All right, Rod.
Okay, well, now to the weather, and it sure was nice to get a little bit of sun today.
A little bit, because now clouds have moved in and we got a few flakes flying. So let's get over to Andrew in for Ben tonight with a look at what's in store for the weekend. Andrew.
That's right, you two. We got to soak in as many rays as possible, Kimberly and Devin. And those rays have gone away. We are looking at cloudy skies. Yes, a few snowflakes have returned, as you can see here on Storm Tracker 4. Not that many, and they're not too heavy, but they are still heavy enough to cause a few problems out there on the roads if you're not too careful. You see western Wayne County now getting some snow showers. Same thing out toward Ann Arbor, parts of Livingston County. And we still have some scattered snow showers that were falling also when you joined us first at 4. You can see from Ann Arbor to Pittsfield over to Manchester, we got some snowfall happening. Same thing right around Milan. Now, we'll continue to have these on and off snowflakes for this evening with a bit of sunshine here and there before it sets. We're looking at 25 degrees currently. Wind chills are in the middle and low teens, and it's slippery in parts of the area, but it's still manageable in terms of getting around. Just don't get caught off guard and always be careful when it comes to ramps, bridges, and overpasses. We're looking at 25 for our friends over in Howell, 27 over at City Airport. So if you are headed out this evening, whether it's running errands or anything else, events are still going on, of course. Men's basketball, Wayne State University, right here in downtown Detroit, taking on Saginaw Valley State at 6 p.m. Temperatures slip into the low 20s. We still have these scattered flurries that will be around and scattered snow showers through these evening hours. But when they come to an end, we'll talk about how low those temperatures go, if there's any more snow for this weekend, and guess what? Higher temperatures next week coming up.
Andrew, we'll check back in with you in just a bit. Take a look now at today's coronavirus numbers. The state reports 1,193 new cases in the past 24 hours, crossing the 1,000 mark for the second time this week. 23 new deaths are also being reported over that same time period.
And now to the vaccine. A few thousand new doses have been delivered to Michigan, putting that number over 2.3 million. 1.7 million of those doses have been administered thus far statewide. Of those 2.3 million doses here in the state, less than 13,000 of them have made it to Livingston County.
It's a situation county commissioners say is unacceptable, and they want the state to take action. Sean Lay shows us why they think the matrix used to distribute the vaccine needs to change.
We first told you yesterday the state did not deliver any vaccine to Livingston County this week. Some county leaders wanting to get tough with the state. It is sparking this debate.
You know the phrase, follow the science. Regarding COVID, the science is clear.
In all the research, the most vulnerable remains clear. It's our seniors.
The state is using the vulnerability index to decide how many doses each county gets. Livingston is barely getting any doses. The county has the highest median income in the state, and one pastor says not one of her church members got the virus.
They have the ability, most of them, to shelter in their homes through online shopping and through deliveries that allow them to exist in their homes. That is not the same for when I do community ministry in places like Detroit and Flint.
County Commissioner Mitchell Zajac is asking the state to scrap its formula and stick to the science that seniors are the ones who are dying and need the shot now. That has sparked a debate. Detroit getting so many doses because so many don't have transportation, can't take off work, and the idea is to stop the spread. And then there are numbers. Commissioner Wes Nakaguri studied the index the state is using.
Only 6.25% are allocated, weighted towards those 65 and older.
Yet some Livingston seniors say they can't afford to wait for a vaccine, while others are saying the science says seniors go first. Livingston needs doses.
But when you have people who are significantly younger and significantly less vulnerable, who have access to the vaccine, when those who are significantly more vulnerable don't, there's a huge problem. And we're not talking about convenience, we're talking about life and death.
Bottom line right now, with no vaccine delivered to an entire county, Livingston County this week, 3 vaccine clinics had to be canceled. Sean Lay, Local 4.
It's a shame. Well, Monday, the full Livingston County Board of Commissioners will vote on a resolution passed last night calling on the state to stop using the vulnerability index and to get seniors to the front of the line.
Some parents in St. Clair Shores held a protest today, pushing their school district to offer in-person learning full-time. They held signs outside of Lakeview Public Schools this afternoon. The district gives students right now the option to learn completely virtually or in a hybrid virtual and in-person model. But this group says it's time to get kids back in the classroom 5 days a week because it is impacting learning.
Right now, they are getting 2 days a week of a proper education. And I've watched my children struggle. I have a middle school child, and he currently is working 10 to 12 hours a day. And it is a struggle every single day to get him through his assignments. And it's not because he's not smart. He was a straight A student before all of this happened.
In a statement, the district says it can't keep students 6 feet apart if it offers more in-person learning. But the district says it will be seeking input from parents and staff about this issue in the coming week.
All right, much more ahead here on a Friday, including one of the most well-known couples in the world calling it quits.
And here's Hank Winchester. Hank.
It happened 45 years ago today. The body of a young boy discovered, the case into the Oakland County child killer getting underway. Now, after all of these years, we're talking with Mark Stebbins' family members. as they hope for justice.
And it was considered one of the biggest hurdles of getting shots into arms. New tonight, what Pfizer is now saying about the need to keep vaccine doses super cold, and it could be a game changer.
But first, the power may be slowly coming back on in Texas, but the nightmare for millions far from over. The latest next.